Welcome back, deep divers. Today, we're going way back in time, like ancient Mesopotamia back in time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we're diving into this super interesting article, 6 Ancient Hidden Secrets for Achieving Optimum Mental Health.
Okay.
It's by Joseph Aminian and just came out, like November 15th, 2024. It's going to be cool to see, like, how these ancient ideas still apply to us today. What do you think?
Yeah. I'm really interested to see, how these principles that have been passed down for, thousands of years still resonate with us today.
Like this timeless search for like a good, healthy mind.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so secret number 1. If it still bothers you,
Mm-hmm.
after 24 hours, speak up within 48 hours. Have you ever, like, let little things just bug you?
Oh, yeah, all the time.
Yeah, me too.
It's so easy to do.
So Aminian says that back in the day in Mesopotamia, they, like, really valued open communication.
Right.
It kept everything harmonious.
Yeah. And actually, modern psychology kind of backs that up, like if you keep things bottled up,
Oh, totally.
it can actually, damage your relationships, right?
Yeah.
So it's much better to be assertive and communicate your needs and boundaries openly, respectfully, but clearly.
Assertive communication, I like that. So it's like not being a pushover, but also not, like, exploding.
Exactly.
It's that sweet spot in the middle.
Yeah, finding that middle ground. And Aminian actually suggests, you give yourself a day to cool off.
Okay. Yep.
And then within 48 hours, you address the issue, aiming for understanding, not like, an argument.
Right, yeah. I can see how that stopped things from, like, getting out of control.
Yeah.
It's interesting that he calls this a secret to, like, mental well-being.
Well, think about it, when you're holding on to all these, like, unspoken issues,
Yeah.
it creates this, like, mental and emotional burden, right?
Yeah, totally.
And when you communicate openly, you release that burden.
Yeah.
You build stronger relationships,
Right.
which ultimately impacts how you feel. And not only that, but, like, learning to communicate assertively also makes you more resilient.
Right.
You build confidence to speak your truth.
That's so true. It's like a ripple effect.
Totally.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's something anyone can work on, This takes a little self-awareness and effort.
Okay, on to secret number 2.
Yeah.
This is good. Treat yourself like someone you are responsible for caring for.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you can't help others if you're running on empty, right?
Right. You can't pour from an empty cup, as they say.
Exactly.
And the Mesopotamians seem to have known that too.
Yeah.
Like they believed that self-care wasn't selfish.
Okay.
It was actually crucial for being able to care for others. You got to take care of yourself first.
I love that. And Aminian goes beyond just, like, the basics.
Oh, for sure. He's not just saying eat your veggies.
Right.
He's encouraging us to, like, really think about what nourishes us, mind, body, and spirit.
Okay, like that.
Like what replenishes your energy, what reduces your stress, what brings you joy.
Yeah. Like for some people, it might be meditation or nature, right?
Typically, yeah.
For others, maybe it's creating something or hanging out with friends.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's all about, figuring out what you need and prioritizing that. And it's really interesting how this ancient concept connects to what modern psychology talks about,
Yeah.
Self-compassion, self-respect, all that.
When you care for yourself, it shows that you value yourself.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
that sets you up for a more balanced and fulfilling life.
Yeah. And it's not just about feeling good. There are, like, real benefits.
Oh, totally.
When you prioritize self-care, you can handle stress better.
Sure.
You're more equipped to deal with tough situations and be there for the people you care about.
Yeah. Self-care is an investment in your well-being, It helps you be your best self.
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, so that leads us perfectly into secret number 3.
Which is?
A bad day doesn't mean a bad life.
Woo, I like that one.
It's all about perspective. The ancient Mesopotamians, they knew this. Challenges are temporary. They don't define you.
Right. Yeah.
Sometimes it's so easy to get stuck in that negativity.
Oh, absolutely. One bad thing happens and it feels like the whole world is falling apart.
Totally.
But Aminian has some great advice for this.
Yeah.
He says to try a daily gratitude practice.
Oh, I love gratitude.
Me too. It's powerful. By focusing on what you appreciate, it shifts your mindset from, lack to abundance, even when things are tough.
Okay, yeah, I get that.
And he also suggests thinking about your past successes and your positive relationships.
Oh, interesting.
It reminds you of your strength, your ability to overcome stuff.
So instead of getting lost in the bad stuff,
Exactly.
you can see it as just a small part of the bigger picture.
Right. It's like building resilience, knowing you can bounce back.
And it all ties back to self-care, right?
Absolutely. When you prioritize self-care, you build up your inner strength. It helps you face challenges with more, clarity, composure.
So true.
And it's all connected, these
It's
secrets.
like a web.
It is. And that brings us to a secret that I think is especially relevant today.
Okay, hit me with it.
The critical judge in your head is neither honest nor compassionate.
Ooh, that one's deep. We all have that inner critic, right?
We do. It's like a constant stream of negative self-talk sometimes.
Sometimes it's brutal.
It really can be. But, Aminian points out that this inner critic, it's not always right.
Yeah.
It's often fueled by our insecurities, our past experiences, or just societal expectations we've internalized.
Right, it's not like it's giving us objective truth or anything.
Exactly. And it's rarely compassionate, So what do we do with this inner critic?
Yeah, how do we handle that? Do we try to ignore it?
Well, ignoring it can be tough.
Yeah.
Aminian suggests that we start by, just noticing it. When you hear that critical voice, stop and really examine what it's saying.
Oh, interesting. Like, actually pay attention to it.
Yeah. Ask yourself, is this thought actually true? Is it helpful? Would I say this to a friend?
Oh, I like that. It really puts things into perspective.
Yeah.
Sometimes when I think about it that way, I realize I'm being way too hard on myself.
Right. It's like we have different standards for ourselves than we do for others.
Totally. So once we see that this inner critic isn't always right,
Exactly.
then we can start to challenge it. We can choose to think more compassionate, more realistic thoughts.
Exactly. We can choose to be kinder to ourselves. And Aminian also suggests using mindfulness to create some distance from the inner critic.
Mindfulness, yeah, like meditation.
Yeah. Meditation can be really helpful. It allows you to, just observe your thoughts without getting swept away by them.
That's so true. It helps me detach from those negative thoughts.
It's like you become the observer, not the thought itself.
Okay, that makes sense.
Right. And that can be incredibly freeing. So quieting the inner critic, it's not about being positive all the time.
Yeah, that's not realistic.
It's about recognizing that thoughts are just thoughts, They're not always true.
Okay, yeah.
And it's about choosing to be more compassionate to yourself.
I love that.
Yeah.
And I bet there are some real benefits to this, too.
Oh, tons. Think about how much your self-esteem and mental clarity would improve if you weren't constantly criticizing yourself.
Wow, that'd be amazing.
Right. It frees up so much energy to focus on growth and creativity, and you're more resilient, and you're not caught up in self-doubt.
Challenges become opportunities instead of setbacks.
Exactly. And it all goes back to perspective, just like secret number 3.
A bad day doesn't mean a bad life.
Exactly. It's all connected.
I'm seeing a theme here.
There's definitely a theme. And that leads us perfectly to the next secret, which is all about using a powerful tool to combat negativity.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Tell me more.
Your brain cannot be both grateful and anxious. Use gratitude to disrupt anxiety.
Whoa, that's powerful. I'm a big believer in gratitude.
You too. It's amazing.
But I love how Aminian puts it. It's like a scientific fact. Gratitude and anxiety can't exist at the same time.
It's such a fascinating concept, isn't it? And you know what? There's actually neuroscience to back it up.
Really? Tell me more.
When you focus on gratitude, it activates the reward centers of your brain.
Oh, wow.
And that can actually reduce activity in the areas that are associated with stress and fear.
So it's not just a feel-good thing. It's like a real biological process.
It is. Now, the ancient Mesopotamians probably didn't know about neuroscience.
Right.
But they clearly understood the power of gratitude to change how you feel.
It makes sense. They saw it as a way to, like, stay grounded in the present and appreciate the good things, even when things were tough.
Exactly. And,
Right.
life back then probably had its fair share of difficulties.
Oh, yeah.
Droughts, famines, conflicts.
It makes you wonder if they needed gratitude even more back then.
Maybe so. But no matter what your circumstances are, gratitude is still a powerful tool for mental well-being.
Totally agree.
Aminian suggests making it a daily habit, like just write down 3 things you're grateful for every day.
Oh, I like that. It's simple but effective.
It is. It helps you rewire your brain to focus on the positive. And, I also find it really helpful to use gratitude to, combat anxiety in the moment.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Tell me more about that.
Like, when I start to feel anxious, I'll pause and think about things I'm grateful for.
Even little things.
Even little things. A warm cup of tea, the sound of rain, anything.
Yeah.
It's amazing how quickly it can change your perspective and calm you down.
It's like hitting a reset button on your emotions.
Totally. And the more you practice it, the easier it gets.
You're training your mind to look for the good.
Exactly. And the benefits go way beyond just anxiety, too.
Oh, yeah. What else does it help with?
Studies show that gratitude can improve sleep, boost your resilience, strengthen your relationships.
Wow.
Yeah, even your physical health can benefit.
It's amazing how one thing can have such a ripple effect.
It's all about perspective, choosing to focus on what you have, not what you lack.
Such good advice. And it's incredible how these ancient ideas are still relevant for us today.
It really is.
It shows that some things are just timeless.
No, they are. And that brings us to our last secret for today. It's all about the power of being authentic.
Ooh, I like that. Tell me more.
Aminian calls it, stop apologizing for expressing your feelings, value the space you occupy.
Okay, that one hit me right there. I think so many of us have been taught to apologize for our feelings.
It's true, especially if they're seen as negative or like a burden to others.
Right, exactly. Like put on a happy face and don't bother anyone with your problems.
It's a societal norm that can be really harmful, though.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
When you apologize for how you genuinely feel,
Yeah.
it's like saying your feelings are wrong or they don't matter.
It's like we're diminishing ourselves.
Exactly, and it blocks real connection with others.
So how do we change that? What does Aminian suggest? How do we value the space we occupy?
He encourages us to, first of all, just accept our feelings
Yeah.
without judgment,
Okay, yeah.
and then to communicate them directly and honestly. No apologies necessary.
So instead of saying, I'm sorry, but I feel hurt,
Yeah.
what would I say?
You just say, I feel hurt.
Oh, wow, that's powerful.
It is. It's a subtle change, but it can make a big difference in how you see yourself and how others see you too.
It's like reclaiming your right to feel.
Exactly. Which takes courage, you know? It can be scary to be vulnerable and express your true self.
Yeah, totally.
Especially if you've been taught to do the opposite.
Yeah,
But the rewards are incredible.
I bet. So what kind of rewards?
Well, when you express yourself authentically,
Yeah.
you build self-respect, you build emotional strength.
Okay.
Your relationships get deeper because you're not hiding anymore.
That makes so much sense. It's like you're inviting people to really know you.
Exactly. And that can be incredibly freeing.
It frees up your energy too, right?
Right.
Like all that energy you were using to suppress your feelings.
Absolutely.
Now it could be used for other things.
Exactly. You have more capacity for clarity, for creativity, for joy.
I love that. It's amazing to see how these 6 secrets from ancient Mesopotamia are still so relevant today.
It really is remarkable, isn't it?
It shows that, human nature and the desire for well-being, those are things that transcend time and culture.
They do. We might be living in a different world than the ancient Mesopotamians, but we're not all that different deep down.
We're all searching for the same things, connection, meaning, a sense of peace.
Absolutely.
And these 6 secrets, they offer a way to navigate that search.
They do. And in a world that can feel really chaotic and overwhelming, they offer a sense of grounding and hope.
I love that. What strikes me is that these aren't complex ideas,
Right.
They're simple, practical things that anyone can do.
Exactly. It's not about reaching some impossible standard of perfection. It's about making small, conscious changes.
Yeah, little things that add up over time, like choosing to challenge your inner critic instead of letting it run the show.
Right. Or using gratitude as a tool to shift your focus to the good.
Yeah. And remembering that one bad day doesn't ruin your whole life.
We all have bad days. It's about bouncing back.
It's about building that resilience.
Yeah.
And open communication, that's huge too. Speaking up when something bothers you, trying to understand each other instead of fighting.
It's about setting healthy boundaries, being assertive but respectful.
And of course, self-care, treating yourself with kindness and respect.
It's essential. It's not selfish, it's self-love.
It all comes back to valuing yourself, valuing the space you occupy.
Exactly.
These 6 ancient secrets, they really offer a roadmap to a healthier, more fulfilling life.
A roadmap that's been guiding people for centuries.
Amazing, right? So as we wrap up this deep dive into ancient Mesopotamian wisdom, think about which of these secrets speaks to you the most.
Yeah, which one resonates?
And what's one small step you can take today to bring that wisdom into your life?
Even a small action can make a big difference over time.
Keep learning, keep exploring, and keep diving deep. We'll be back next time with another deep dive into a topic that'll blow your mind. Until then, stay curious and keep seeking wisdom wherever you can find it.
It really is remarkable how, even though we live in such a different world from the ancient Mesopotamians,
Yeah.
the basic human experience is kind of the same, you know?
Right, like we're all still looking for the same things.
Exactly. We all want connection, meaning, inner peace.
And these 6 secrets, they offer a path to those things,
Hmm.
even in a world that feels, kind of crazy sometimes.
Absolutely. They provide a framework, a way to navigate all the chaos and find some grounding.
What I find so cool is that they're not complicated ideas.
Yeah, we're pretty straightforward.
Yeah, they're simple, practical things that anyone can use in their life.
It's not about being perfect. It's about making little changes that can have a big impact over time.
Like becoming aware of that inner critic and like actually challenging it instead of just letting it tear you down.
Exactly. And using gratitude to shift your perspective, focusing on the good instead of getting stuck in anxiety.
And remembering that, one bad day doesn't mean your whole life is bad.
Right, you can always bounce back.
It's all about building resilience. And then there's the idea of open communication, which is so important. Speaking up when something's bothering you, but in a way that's, productive, not confrontational.
Absolutely. Setting healthy boundaries, being assertive, but also respectful, it's a delicate balance.
And of course, self-care. That one's huge.
Huge.
Treating yourself with the same kindness and compassion you'd offer to someone you care about.
It's not selfish, it's self-love. And it's crucial for being able to show up for others.
It all comes back to valuing yourself, valuing the space you take up in the world, expressing yourself authentically, honoring your needs and your boundaries.
Yeah.
These 6 ancient secrets, they really offer a path to a richer, more meaningful life. They're a guide to navigating the challenges we all face and cultivating well-being in every aspect of our lives.
It really is. They offer a wisdom that's, stood the test of time.
It makes you think, like, how much of what we call modern wisdom is really just rediscovering these ancient truths?
That's a good point. It speaks to, the fact that human nature hasn't really changed all that much.
Right, like, even though our world is so different from ancient Mesopotamia,
Yeah.
we still share those same core desires.
Absolutely. The need for connection, for purpose, for peace of mind, those are timeless human needs.
And these 6 secrets, they provide a framework for meeting those needs. Even in our modern world, with all its complexities and, challenges.
It's a roadmap to well-being that's been, tried and tested for centuries.
I love that. And what's so great is that they're not, like, super complicated concepts.
Right.
They're simple, practical principles that anyone can apply in their life.
It's not about achieving some, unattainable state of perfection.
Right.
It's about making small, conscious changes that add up over time.
Yeah, like little shifts in our thinking and our behavior that can have a big impact on how we feel.
Exactly.
Like choosing to question that inner critic instead of letting it control us.
Yeah, taking back your power.
And remembering that one bad day doesn't have to define our whole outlook.
We all have bad days, right?
Totally. It's about how we bounce back.
It is. It's about building resilience.
And what about that idea of open communication?
Mm-hmm.
Like speaking up when something's bothering you, but doing it in a way that's constructive.
That's so important for healthy relationships. It's about setting boundaries, being assertive, but also being respectful.
And then there's self-care, treating ourselves with kindness and compassion.
It's essential for our well-being. It's not selfish. It's an act of self-love.
It all comes back to that, doesn't it? Valuing ourselves, valuing the space we occupy, expressing ourselves authentically, honoring our needs and our boundaries.
It does. It's about showing up in the world as our true selves.
And that, my friends, is the essence of these 6 ancient secrets from Mesopotamia. They offer a timeless wisdom that can help us navigate the challenges of modern life and cultivate a deeper sense of well-being.
They remind us that the journey to well-being is ongoing. It's a practice, not a destination.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, we encourage you to reflect on these secrets. Which one resonated with you the most? What one small step can you take today to bring this wisdom into your life? Remember, even small actions can create big changes over time. Keep exploring, keep learning, and keep diving deep. We'll be back next time with another fascinating topic that's sure to expand your mind and enrich your life. Until then, stay curious and keep seeking wisdom wherever you can find it.